Oh my God, what is going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege. Hey, listen, guys, I am on a cruise, and we're actually it's a Mediterranean cruise. We're actually in Cartagena, and we're just leaving the port of Cartagena now. I just want to shoot a quick video. I don't know if it's going to work. If it does go out, obviously, you probably have to wait a few seconds, so hopefully it'll come back. But I promised a couple of people that were asking me about whether or not I was going to do a video while I was out of the country, and I said I would. So here it is, and yeah, it is crazy, beautiful ship. It's the Holland America, absolutely beautiful. But I just had to get on. So many exciting things, absolutely amazing things that's going on, that's taking place in the crypto space, especially in the greatest digital assets that has ever created, that has ever been created, and that is XRP. And God, I had to get on here. Well, first of all, just wow, what is going on with Brad Klein? That dude is out of control right now. That documentary and just hearing about that is absolutely outstanding. Again, the investment perspectives Telegram chat group is amazing. Man, talk about some really quality contributors to that space. Some of the best deep divers ever. But yeah, so just hearing about this whole thing with the partnership with Finastra is absolutely outstanding. Just hearing that is just crazy. Another partnership on the Ripple net is just outstanding. And again, as you know, the value of that network increases, but it doesn't exponentially increase with a new part. I mean, it doesn't just add, right? It doesn't just multiply. And to me, it's exponentially increases the more partnerships. So with every partnership, it doesn't add, it doesn't multiply. In my opinion, it exponentially increases. And so hearing that partnership with Finastra is huge. It's massive in a lot of ways. Hearing, I watched that video about halfway through the video with David Schwartz talking about the stable coins being, and what they're looking to do is have it being backed by XRP is ginormous in a lot of ways. And the fact that they're looking to do it is crazy. I think it just adds to Kava. I don't think it takes away. Obviously, it'll be something along those same lines or maybe in conjunction with Kava Labs. But I think what the XRP peg is going to be a little different than what Kava is doing. Maybe it's just another layer to what Kava is doing. But in any case, the fact that David Schwartz is doing a video about it is huge in a lot of ways, right? That David Schwartz is actually doing a video. And the fact that we found out about the video is huge. Another interesting thing is listening to the interview that Pomp did with Brad Garlinghouse. Wow, doesn't it just make me feel very, very secure? I hope it makes you feel secure. And knowing that we got a pretty smart guy in Brad Garlinghouse that is leading the company that is Ripple. I get excited about it because we're business owners and we know that challenge and that journey to become a successful company. And just seeing what he's doing is huge. That decision when he came aboard, obviously he came aboard as a COO. But that decision to choose from one of the three products that they were looking to do, smart contracts with Codius, the global identity thing, and then the payments thing, and for them, to make, that decision, for him to make that decision to hone in and narrow down on one is huge. We talk about that all the time. Take it, you got to have this clear focus on one thing and make that work, right? And we always talk about in our business, there's just something about a group of people coming together on this with a single focus towards this end goal. And that's what the people at Ripple are doing, right? It's a group of people with a single focus, towards this goal, right? In this interview, Brad is talking a lot about, customer solutions, understanding that, in the end, you're going to have a customer and you want to provide an answer to the challenge that we're having. We talk about that a lot in our business all the time, that we say all the time that we are solution providers. That's what we say in our company. We're solution providers in our business, right? We're solution providers, and that's a genius way to look at things. And so I get excited when I hear, Brad talk about that, because it lets me know he's a smart guy. And I think that the thing that was unfortunately is missing in the digital asset spaces, all these great ideas, Brad called them experiments, right? All these great ideas, there's not a working model. There's nothing in place and in motion so that they can begin to get better at being a company. That's the challenge. They're just experiments. Not even talking about something that is not even a white paper, which is Libra, right? And so that's kind of the challenge. The challenge for EOS and for Cardano is getting from this great idea and or experiment to a working project, so that they can begin to get better at what they're doing, right? So they're still, in a lot of ways, still in that experiment phase. And another interesting thing that Brad said also is that the interesting thing and point of fact is what he said is, the original idea of Ripple came from Bitcoin. What did he call them? Did he call them engineers? Bitcoin engineers. So the original people from Bitcoin said, we're going to make Bitcoin 2.0. And so to hear Brad say that, I've heard it said before, but to hear him say that just kind of speaks to that idea of that we wanted to make something better. Bitcoin's great, but how can we make it better? How can we make it more scalable, right? And then that idea, obviously, it grew, became something even more significant than that. And I've heard the story about Vitalik sleeping on the couch at Stephen Thomas's place, right? This is early back in the day. You got to understand that people like Stefan Thomas, David Schwartz, these were people back in the day. Brad Garlinghouse came from a different space, right? Came from that fintech space. He came, through Yahoo and some other different places to become the COO of Ripple. But again, he made a decision to kind of enter into this. He was looking at it as, if this thing works, if this idea, if this concept works, it can be, it could be massive, it can be major. He looked at it as, this is a chance for me to become a Steve Jobs, right? That's what he was looking at. And so, I love his experience, I love his background, and it will definitely lend well to what we're doing, or what they're looking to do. And I think what he was trying to get across to Pompliano is, a lot of times in the digital asset space, what people want to do is they want to go from planting a seed, and they want to skip cultivating, and they want to go straight to the harvest. And in order to be a great company, you have to plant seeds, like signing partnerships, right? And then you want to cultivate that relationship and that experience, right? Cultivate until it's a harvest. And obviously the harvest is obviously using on-demand liquidity and X-Rapid. The challenge is in the digital asset space is that they want to go from a great idea, planting a seed of this great idea, and they want to go all the way to harvest, and they want to skip the most important part, which is cultivating, establishing a relationship and building and growing upon that relationship. Let us show you how well we can work together. Let us show you how well we can help you solve problems and challenges, right? That's cultivating that relationship. And so that's what RippleNet is all about, right? It's one thing to sign up partnerships, and you heard him say in that interview that the key performance indicators, we call them KPIs. I think he said they were OKRs. They went from different places, right? So they originally started out with, I think he said they started with partnerships, and they moved from partnerships to another key performance indicator, which was I believe he said transactions, right? And so that's a growth thing. That's a learning thing. That's learning how to get better at what you do, right, through the ups and downs. In order to go up and to the right, it's not a straight line up and to the right. There's ups and downs in that as you go, and hopefully you have higher highs, right, and lower lows. And so, the fact that they're growing as a company is significant, and the fact that he's leading it from a huge experience background in terms of knowing what's good for a tech company and know what might not be so great for a tech company, but also understand that he is on a journey himself as a CEO. He's on that CEO journey, right? David Schwartz is has been on this CTO journey for a long time, right? And so that's one of the benefits that we have over so many other digital asset space companies out there, right? That that our CTO has been on that journey longer. He's a brilliant guy. He's been around from back in the day. In fact, he's been around from even before back in the day, right? 1997 or 1998, got his kind of first patent. So we're blessed for sure. But, listen, guys, I wanted to hop on here just to kind of say exciting things are definitely happening in the digital asset space. That partnership with Finastra is massive in a lot of ways. Really, really looking forward to talking more about that in the future, but it's huge for us. A lot of exciting things are definitely happening. I can't imagine what you guys are hearing over there back in the States. We kind of get the news a little late since we're, on the ocean. But it's definitely exciting. Absolutely 100% exciting to see. This view is amazing from our veranda on the balcony. It's crazy good, guys. It's absolutely amazing. So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you can kind of see the future. It's becoming more and more obvious, that XRP is the standard. To me, it's becoming more and more obvious that XRP is the chosen one. It's just a matter of time. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. I think there's something insane about the IMF and the BIS being at the Swell conference. Brad just said on Pompliano's interview that was about having Ripple's customers there. So you know what I mean? So for me, why is the IMF and the BIS actually speaking at a Swell conference? It's going to be huge for us, for sure, guys. It's going to be huge in so many ways. Shout out to Aiden Trading. I saw that he was actually on Crypto Eddie's show. That's going to be an interesting listen to, for sure, guys. But listen, I'm going to wrap this up. Listen, guys, never ever forget this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, guys. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.